instruction directed toward climbing participant. Face away from me. If unresponsive, say, turn around. Verbal instruction, hands up, legs apart. Loosen clip behind harness to roughly the size of the climbing participant's waist. Wrap the harness around the waist of the climbing participant. Open the safety latch by pinching open the safety latch. Close the safety latch around the metal loop. Tighten the harness around the waist, pulling the metal loop to the left, while simultaneously pulling the excess webbing to the right. Clip in the right buckle. Adjust the size of the right leg harness by pulling the buckle backward toward the face of the excess webbing. Double check the buckles of the climbing participant. Each buckle should click twice, meaning that both sides of the buckle tongue are secure. When strapped in, each carabiner should be at their side. Change the harness out as needed. We have 3 harnesses, small, medium, and large. Have the jumping participant climb on the jumping pad. Have them face you, the operator. Adjust the waist length of the harness by pulling back on the buckle tongue to loosen or tighten. Attach the seatbelt tongue to the seatbelt buckle. Tighten the waist of the harness by pulling back on the buckle tongue. Attach the harness to each leg of the participant, adjusting as needed. Double check all connections. You should hear 2 clicks per buckle. They call it a self-locking carabiner, but always ensure that it is indeed locked.
There you go.
Carabiner, 3-step carabiner. Pull downward, twist counterclockwise. Pull inward. 2-step carabiner, twist counterclockwise. Pull inward. All participants must weigh at least 25 pounds and fit in the harness to participate. This kit is too skinny to safely fit in the harness. Here's a correct fit. Ask the participant to climb straight up and be careful not to cross over or under the cables. Climb straight up. Before they climb up to the top of the wall, mention that they need to jump straight back and hold on to the cable. If the climber removes the carabiner and lets go, it'll fly to the top of the wall. Either the operator or another climber will have to climb the adjacent climbing route and retrieve the cable by holding onto the carabiner as they blade down the wall. Barrier setup, rope, tying a half hitch. For the 3-climber rock wall, the rope should provide a full loop around the climbing area with no point of entry. Participants will have to step under the rope to enter the climbing area. Attach the rope to a portion of the trailer. Take the end of your rope and run it over the frame of the trailer. Wrap the rope up and over to the left. Pull the rope to the right. Run the rope through the middle and tighten. We want the setup to look as pleasing and presentable as possible. It looks best if you have the top of each cone facing one another. Additionally, wrapping the rope from the outside inward looks better to potential climbers. Keep the jumpers low enough so that they can keep the right cadence to continue their jump for several minutes. Leaving the jumpers hanging in the air is not advised. This happens when they're raised too high and cannot touch the jumping pad with their feet. Tell the jumpers to hold on. Small kids are top heavy and will hang upside down. Tell the jumpers to hold on each side rope with each hand which will provide jumper stability. Raise them by pressing upward on the controller. By pressing up on the controller as they're coming down from a jump, just before they are about to go up again. You can raise them more quickly and effectively. When you want to lower the participant, put out your hand to get their attention and signal to them your intent to lower them. Make a stopping motion by putting your hand outward. Lower the participant gently, pressing down on the controller, just as they are jumping up again at the bottom of the jump. Make sure people stay back from the end of the jumping pad. The barrier should be set at least 5 feet away from the back of the pad. An emergency release valve is located under the jumper control box and can be used to save battery if low on power. Important: only raise one jumper at a time. Components will overheat otherwise. Place the harnesses back into the large tough box. Raise each jack on the rear of the trailer until the wall is off the ground. Place the rope back into the large tough box. Reconnect the controller and hold down until the wall is back into its travel position. Do not overextend. As soon as the wall touches down, let go of the button. Always make sure if the wall is on a slant that the wheels are chalked when removing the jacks. Lower the jack until the steel rod can be removed. Remove the pin. Push out the steel rod. Manually raise the jack leg from the ground up. Reinsert the steel rod and pin. Continue to turn the crank handle counterclockwise until the jack leg is raised all the way up. Repeat for the other side. Sometimes you have to adjust the front of the wall in order to lower the jack enough to remove the steel pin.
This happens, you either have to put a block underneath that tire after you raise this jack again, or try lowering the front. That fixed it.
When meeting a resistance, stop turning, otherwise you'll break the roll pin that is inside the jack. Lower the wall again with the controller so that the wall does not bounce during transport. Place the controller in the leftmost tough box and lock. Ensure the other tough box is locked. Turn off the blower. Remove the strap attaching the jumper pad to the blower. Lower the jumper poles. Wrap the cable for the blower. Place the blower back into the truck. Remove the crossbars from the jumper poles and place them back in the truck. Make sure the mechanism is closed on the crossbars and tighten so not to lose the washers. Place the jumper harnesses back into the right tough box, as well as the jumper controllers. Take the orange air jumper key and orange cable splitter and place them back into the brown zip-up bag in the leftmost tough box. Raise the jacks on the rear of the trailer until the wall is off the ground. Reconnect the controller and lower the wall. As soon as the wall touches, let go of the controller so not to damage the braces on the other side of the hydraulics. Lower the jack at the rear of the wall. Place in its storage position. Remove the other jack and place it at the front of the wall near the hitch point. Place the poles back into their storage position. Run the steel bar through the pole end loops. Replace the pin, very important. Fold the jumper pads into thirds. Roll them tight. Secure the jumper pad with a strap. Lower the center jack. To save time, reinsert the center brace pin before lowering. Place the center jack in its storage position by removing the pin, turning 90 degrees, and reinserting the pin. Lower the wall again with the controller. Reinsert the center brace pin. Remove the controller and place in the left tough box. Lower the trailer coupler onto the trailer ball. Remove the jack. Pull the coupler lock all the way forward. You may need to put the truck in drive, then brake sharply if the coupler lock does not move forward. Make sure to insert the pin, very important. Attach a safety cable. Connect the power cable from the trailer to the truck. The power cable should run underneath the hitch so as not to get damaged by the coupler in transit. The square section of the plug faces upward. You'll know the power is connected correctly when the brake controller turns on. Attach the other safety cable to the truck. This cable is connected to the emergency brake wire.